This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The Drippers, the Grasshoppers, the Hit Ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Racial consultant standing by. We will take caller 9 right now. 844-999 Ola and play profile this in minutes. And we have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check-in to Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, IHOP has some new menu items, including something they're calling a, quote, pancake slider. It's a breakfast sandwich with eggs, cheese, bacon, and sausage. And for buns, they've used, you guessed it, silver dollar pancakes.
All right.
I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, I'm in.
I'd do the same thing if they had little tiny biscuits.
I like
little
your
tiny
sliders, please.
Little tiny waffles, little tiny pancakes. I'd be in for any of that. Sure. Fun little happy breakfast food.
I wonder if it takes off, if they'll use different pancakes.
You think?
Well,
Like
blueberry
do some
pancakes.
savory
Yeah.
pancakes.
M&M pancakes.
Cinnamon pancakes. Yeah.
There's all kinds of roads you could take with that.
I'm in. A 34-year-old man in Florida tried to steal money from a church drop box, got his arm stuck, and had to be rescued by police.
Yeah, I read about this guy. Good.
He lives at the church, too.
Yeah.
He actually lives at the church?
Uh-huh.
Which is a little strange, don't you think?
Right. Wouldn't they be able to help him out a little bit?
Yeah, they're already letting him live there.
Yeah, it's kind of a bonus when you
Yeah.
have to pay for where you live.
Yeah, true enough. True enough. Walmart will start selling a new pepperoni jerky product called Pizza in a Bag.
Mm-hmm. Sounds delicious.
Does it?
No.
Okay.
At least call it bag
I'm in.
jerky.
You're in, Ted?
Yeah. Because
Pizza in
it's
a
jerky.
bag.
Yeah, but it's jerky that tastes like pizza.
But what kind of pizza? Like, I'm guessing like pepperoni-ish?
They have like different flavors and stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's from the.
I'm
dudes-
not above trying it. I just think the name's terrible.
Yeah,
You
I'm
see
with
like
you.
the Epic Mealtime videos.
Epic mealtime. No.
All right, well, these guys make like crazy food and stuff. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure they're the ones that came up with it.
All right.
But
Okay.
I trust them.
That's all I need to know.
And I like jerky. I like pizza.
Strong. Would you eat a jerky pizza?
No, it's too much chewing.
It's not made
It's
of
too
jerky,
much
but like
chewing.
your topping, we'll shave jerky.
See-
We'll shave it on there so it's not just big wads of it, right?
It's just too chewy.
Okay.
Have to be some fresh jerky.
Yeah.
Fresh jerky pizza.
The good stuff.
Yeah, no. A bunch of animal rights people have been protesting outside a restaurant in Toronto because they recently put up a sign that said, quote, venison is the new kale. Then last Friday, one of the owners finally got sick of it, and while they were outside, he started butchering a deer in the front window.
Okay.
Good. Listen, we just start bitching when you started eating kale, saying, oh, Pizza Hut garnish is the new thing to eat.
Right.
This
used to
thing
buy
that's
all
been
the
around
kale.
for 1,000 frickin' years, and you just goddamn discovered it. Just saying.
Deadspin's annual Name of the Year bracket is out. They take the 64 weirdest names that have been in the news and pit them against each other March Madness style. Highlights of this year include Salami Blessing.
That's it. This is someone's name.
These are
yeah.
names. These are put it on the birth
And-
certificate. Names.
Not only
Salami-
that, I don't think they repeat year after year.
Really?
So it's
Like
a
the
fresh
name you heard that
yeah,
year.
It's
Okay.
a fresh field every year on names that have appeared in the news
Salami.
for whatever reason.
All right, what else you got?
Miracle Crimes.
That's pretty good.
Tuna Altoona.
Jeez.
Tuna Altoona.
Damn.
Leroy's Lobster Gaines. Darth Vader Williamson.
Okay.
Chardonnay Beaver.
Oh, winner.
Chardonnay Beaver.
Been there.
Yeah.
Been there.
I called that my bucket list.
Oh, man. Chardonnay. Oh, no.
Chardonnay.
Oh,
It's actually a game on my show. I like this.
Chardonnay.
Quindarius Gooch.
Whatever middle name was there.
Quindarius Gooch.
Is there a Quindarius Gooch in the room?
Doesn't that sound more like an insult from Dr. Seuss?
Quindarius.
You are a Quindarius Gooch.
Quindarius Gooch.
Mike Diaper.
Okay.
My diaper. Nice. I hope he becomes a reporter.
And will Lucas Chalupa please stand up?
Lucas Chalupa.
Yeah, they do a hell of a job there.
Who's what was it, Quindarius what?
Quindarius Gooch.
Yeah, I'm going to call someone. You saw a Quindarius Gooch.
I want it to come down to a final between Quindarius Gooch and Chardonnay Beaver.
They should marry each other.
Beaver versus Gooch.
Chardonnay Gooch.
A new study looked at how much it costs to be a fan at all 30 baseball teams.
Okay.
The most expensive teams for fans
Yankees.
are...
Yankees.
Red Sox.
And...
Angels.
Oh, come on. Cubs.
Oh, God. All right.
yeah.
Cubs, Red Sox, and Yankees. And the cheapest are...
Marlins.
Diamondbacks?
Brewers?
Angels, White Sox, and Rays.
Angels? Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Good for them.
All right. What is more infuriating? We actually did cover this a little bit today. Someone not holding the door open for you, or someone not thanking you for holding it open for them.
Someone not thanking you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
See, I think it's worse the other way.
Well, that actually fits. 74% say not getting a thank you bothers them more.
I think only because I have no expectation for someone to hold the door open for me. And if you do, I will say thank you.
Right.
But I also assume you have no expectation of me holding the door open for you. So when I do, I think that's why I would expect a thank you.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think, I don't know.
Because
for me,
now
like,
I'm taking my time.
if they don't say thank you, I'm just like, all right, they're kind of rude or whatever.
They kind of rude.
But I hate it when that door closes and I'm just about to put my hand on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm more forgiving. But you're weird, Ted. It's okay.
A woman in Florida accidentally left her car idling in drive, and it rolled into a swimming pool with her husband and daughter inside.
Did they make it out?
I'll tell you. Never mind. Yeah, they're okay.
Inside the car or inside the pool?
They were inside the car in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad
All
scene,
right.
Ted. They're okay, though.
Okay.
Apparently, the hot new beauty trend on Instagram is dyeing your eyebrows green and then gluing little flowers to them.
Oh.
They're called garden eyebrows.
Okay, then.
Garden brows.
We just have nothing else to do.
Nothing.
That's pretty much what it is, yeah.
Actually, I went to, this is no lie, when I was in Baltimore City, went to high school with this girl. I think I was a junior. And her hair was whatever her hair was. But she came in one day, and she had her hair did, you see. And it was, she'd taken her hair and picture like, if you roll a 5 with a dice, all right, so picture the 5 that way, and she's pulled her hair in like these 5 like vertical ponytails, whatever you call it. Okay, and they had been bleached brown, and then at the top of each one of these new hair stalks, it kind of, I don't know, like fanned out a little bit, and she had this dyed green, and she, not for any purpose.
Does it look like palm trees?
Yes, but the thing was, she came up, and she's asking what they think of her hair, and she comes up to me, and I'm at my locker, and she asked me what I think of her new do. And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like, it looks like palm trees. It's supposed to look like palm trees. I'm like, you did that on purpose?
Oh, no.
Like, oh, my God, man.
This didn't just happen by
No,
accident
and
when you
it
woke
wasn't-
up?
It wasn't any occasion. That is the hairstyle she decided she was going to rock.
Oh, no.
It looks stupid as hell.
Dwelling on your failures will make you make your life better, according to a new study.
Then I should be living a great life.
Dwelling on your
failures. It turns out when people really focused on their regrets, they made smarter decisions in the future.
Well, sure.
A 46-year-old man in North Carolina called 911, said he was Jesus, that he'd finally returned to Earth, and that he'd just broken into a Pizza Hut to eat pizza and drink Mountain Dew.
I knew it. At the second comment, I'm like, man,
broke into a Pizza Hut.
he's going to drink soda.
Prophesied at the very end of the New Testament.
Do you think that
Gotta
he
read the
had
fine
the?
print.
Do you think that he had the knowledge to be able to break into a Pizza Hut and actually figure out how to make a pizza there?
Yeah.
Jesus,
so?
hell yeah.
I've heard the audio. Like, they ask him, and he's like, yeah, I cooked a pizza.
He did. He knew how to turn the oven on, how to put the grease in, the whole deal. That's
I don't
surprising.
think you need grease for the oven,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Flip the oven on, you make your dough, you spread it out.
Right,
All the
I
time.
mean, I would think it's just kind of like, there's got to be a fridge with, like, pre-portioned out sizes of dough.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got to roll it out.
He's
put
got
the
to roll it
toppings
out.
on.
He's got to put some flour on it. Figure it out, man. Either put it in a Crisco deep dish pan or do like a New Yorker. I guess he could probably pull it.
He's making a pizza, man.
Yeah.
Not starting a shuttle. I
I
mean, like,
know.
It turns
I
out
just
that
seem like anybody who thinks they're Jesus and is that crazy to break into a
Fair
Pizza
enough,
Hut.
fair
You know what I
enough.
mean? Like, I'm
Like,
like,
you're
I'm
saying
sure
him
if it was a
specifically.
Subway sandwich or something like that, bread, cheese, meat, I can get it. But now you got to learn. You got to fire up an oven, get it all ready to go, find all the ingredients. I guess yes.
it
I
turns
just
out
like how nonchalant he is, and they're just like, did you make? And he's like, yeah, I had a pizza and a Mountain Dew.
sorry.
Hey, Mike, read into this comment any way you'd like. You shared a story with us about a woman left the car idling in drive.
Yes.
Her husband and child were in the car, then the car went into a pool.
Yes.
And this person says, because we said, well, did they make it? Did they get out okay? This comment says, well, of course they got out of the car and the pool okay. Mike isn't laughing. He only laughs if they die.
Oh man.
Only if animals die. It turns out that the stomach pains a Florida woman was suffering from was not food poisoning, but some other parasite.
What was that?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are coming up 1 hour from now. The first, the game is
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Kelly. Welcome to the men's room.
How's it going?
Hola. All right, Kelly, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to the fine city of Pennsylvania, where a woman faked a pregnancy so that she could hitch a ride back to her hometown. Now, authorities say the 25-year-old called emergency services on March 20th, claiming that she was having a complication with her pregnancy. Well, the ambulance drove the woman and her male companion from Latrobe to her hometown of Greensburg, where she was placed in a hospital room for examination. But police say the woman walked out of the emergency room before she could be examined. Now, the woman gave her name and address to the first responders, so obviously the police tracked her to an apartment where she, by the way, was hiding in an attic. Now, police charge a woman with theft of services, which carries an $800 fine, and they point out the thing that we would all point out. It'd have been a lot cheaper just to call an Uber. Like, just, do what you got to do. But anyway, do you believe that this ridiculous woman is black, white, Mexi, or Jew?
To me, it sounds more white. Definitely, I would go white or black, but I'm thinking white on this one.
Yeah, that's...
What she called?
She just wanted to get from one town to the other. So instead of getting a cab, calling a friend, or getting an Uber, her idea was, let's call 911, tell them I'm having complications with my pregnancy. She's not pregnant. So they obviously give her a ride to the nearest hospital, which she already knew.
She must be close to where she lives.
Is in her hometown. So she knew all that, right? They put her in an examination room.
Yeah.
That was her plan.
I would go white.
You go white, final answer?
I think so. Final answer, white.
Okay. All right, Keller, we're going to find out if she was black, white, Mexican, or Jewish next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Profile this takes us to Pennsylvania and a woman who basically faked pregnancy complications so that she could get a ride back to her hometown.
Yeah.
And because of that, she ended up getting a ride in an ambulance, which was an $800 plus service there, and it was all for no good. I think they found her hiding in her attic.
Yeah, well, the thing is, she gave her real name and real address to the EMTs.
Yeah, they took her to the hospital, then she just kind of took off and then went home.
That's correct.
Name or anything.
But Kelly, we asked you, did you believe that this woman was black, white, Mexican, or Jew? You started with white, you stuck with white. You are correct.
Oh, yeah.
Called 911.
There's the first thing.
Well, taking the pregnancy to get the free ambulance ride home trick. Yes, that's all white. Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, Armageddon. The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
The last couple days, we've been having a little fun with some crazy spring training kind of stuff. So yesterday, played just some audio of player Mookie Betts. As he was giving an in-game interview. A ball gets hit to the outfield. You can hear his reaction like, I'm not getting to that one, boys. So, again, it's spring training. The last few days, people are having fun. They're doing this and that. So we like to do crazy voices here. Basically, the Giants pitcher Derek Holland, he does an interview, and I think you'll recognize the voice.
The thing is here, we're trying to watch a great game of baseball. There is the Giants. They are up 1-0. And, it's been an exciting day here. It's a little cold, but that's all right. We'll carry on from here.
Kermit doesn't wear any clothes, so that's a little tough at AT&T Park.
Well, yeah, see, when it's cold out there, well, we'll just keep it at it. There's a lot of kids that are watching.
It's not easy being green, is it?
No, definitely not. You blend in with the grass, and people don't pay attention to you.
That's a great imitation, man.
You want to see the whole thing? It's up at the Men's Room Facebook page, right? I mean, it's pretty spot on.
Yeah. And Kermit the Frog, I think, is one of the hardest voices to do. Mm-hmm.
And it's even funnier seeing it coming from his mouth.
Right.
Right?
Course.
I mean, like...
He could be the new Kermit. I know they hired one, but...
Did they hire a new Kermit?
Yeah, remember all the drama with the last Kermit?
Oh, yeah.
The guy had just a breakdown. Sad Kermit guy.
That's a strange moment in pop culture,
It really was. Like, Kermit got fired. The only Kermit that ever existed.
Because he didn't believe in the direction of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good Lord, man. There's only a few directions they're going to take Kermit.
You are the character.
Right.
Well, I think that was his point.
Right, exactly.
He was the character. Yeah. Nobody asked him.
I'm Kermit, damn it.
Right. It's like he was just doing the voice. Well, I mean, if you watch the news at all, I don't need to tell you this. You know this. The Roseanne revival was a massive show. 18 million people tuned into that thing.
Big debut number there.
Actually, it is. It's double what ABC was hoping for. It's also more than the 16 million who tuned into the season finale in
1997.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the year?
Good call.
Damn. All right.
So it's been 20 years?
man. Jeez. I didn't realize it had been that long.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Which is kind of amazing because you got to remember back in 1997 when that thing went off the air, there was no DVRs, there was no Netflix,
right.
no Hulu, none of that stuff. So you figure they would have had a bigger number then. Basically, they're saying it might be the highest rated sitcom broadcast in nearly 4 years. There was an episode of The Big Bang Theory in 2014 that had a crazy amount of ratings. Roseanne did so well, they're going to start re-airing them on a second day of the week.
I was going to say they probably will start showing these other shows, right? From back even in the day, that'll pick up popularity.
Are they going to bring back the old ones?
I'm saying some network, it'll be put back into syndication, more than you see it now. I think the popularity of the show will put life into even just the initial run.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I haven't seen anything on that. I do know they're gonna rerun the new ones. Right? Yeah.
Why not?
To air twice a week. Yeah, and I think obviously a big part of it has got to be the fact that Roseanne's character is a big supporter of President Trump. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's a huge thing.
President Trump called her. He said that in Ohio. He said, "Hey, I just called Roseanne and congratulated her."
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Trump.
I did find it kind of funny. I honestly, I have no idea what John Goodman stands on politics, but I just saw an off comment that he was like, "Oh, the president's not calling me." So I was like, all right, I'm going to guess he's a pretty Democrat kind of
Don't you worry about that now.
Yeah, it was just so nonchalant, and the way he threw it out there, I was like, all right. Man, John Goodman, yeah, for all I know, he might be a massive Democrat. I never heard it. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, and, I think actors and people do it on both sides, but it does seem like I know a lot more about people's politics now.
But again, it's social media,
Yeah.
Like, we treat them like something, but in the end, they're people, and then they have reactions like the rest of us do. But thanks to Twitter, all of a sudden, Roseanne, get it out of their system.
Roseanne, man, she invested all of her money in macadamia nut farms.
That's right.
And
this is not a joke. She really did.
Much like Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, who's the salmon king of North America, farming-wise. She is the macadamia nut king of
Hawaii?
I'm pretty sure there's only a couple places that you can grow those things successfully, and that's it. And it might be everywhere. It might be like the whole world. Like there might only be a couple locations, and
she's like a macadamia czar. It's just crazy.
Right. It might just be her, I think. And they're delicious, and they're the most expensive nut, so it's not a bad investment.
I only know about them. They're from Hawaii because every time somebody comes back to Hawaii, they get you those delicious little chocolates. With macadamia nuts.
You're all fired up.
Yeah, man, they are delicious.
They are.
I had a buddy bring me back some. All right, Miles. This one comes to us. I'm just going to mess with you here. I'm just going to let you know up front. This one comes to us from a newscast in Virginia. This guy is he's living your fantasy, man. He's doing what you've always wanted to do.
Okay.
He didn't get in trouble for defying his wife, and he did something that you do almost daily in defiance of his wife, and it paid off for him.
I came yesterday to go to the food line to pick up a few things, and I just kept having this feeling of this itch that says, you're a winner, you're a winner, you're a winner. And I was still hesitant about coming in because I told my wife I wouldn't do it. I promised her I wouldn't do it. But so I stopped in to say hello to Herschel because I used to come here all the time. And so while I was in there, I saw that ticket. And I said, Herschel, let me get one of those. He looked at it. He gave it to me. And I was scratching it the whole time thinking, my wife, I promised her I wouldn't do this anymore. And so I kept scratching, and I said, I'll just do it this once. And when I got down to the bottom and the 40 matched the 40 top, I was like, okay, probably $30, $60. But when I scratched it out and saw those numbers, kind of lost my breath a little bit. And I gave it to Herschel. I said, can you tell me, is this for real? Feels great. Just knowing that I had the opportunity to be a blessing, retire my wife, and be a blessing to my family. That's the greatest feeling that anyone can have, just knowing that you can take care of your family.
It can happen anyway.
It feels great.
How much did he win?
Anyone, Mom.
$4 million.
Jeez whiz.
It can happen to anyone.
And
Mom.
specifically, his wife said, "Don't go.
Don't buy a
and
ticket
I
anymore."
like his sad excuse, too. Like, well, I just had to say hi to Herschel.
But Herschel,
Like,
Herschel made him buy the ticket, obviously.
Wow.
Herschel, you probably hear him in the back. I ain't got nothing to do with this man.
Oh, they do, because I'm pretty sure they get a cut of the winning ticket being that they sold it.
But that's not all Herschel.
No,
you don't go into the store where you buy scratch-off.
Food Lion's
just
going
to
to get that
say,
money.
hey, to Herschel.
But even opened it with, I went to Food Line to buy something for my wife.
Like, I frequent corner stores, right?
Sure.
It's like
It's a grocery store, though.
But I frequent grocery stores. I've known some checkers over the year. When I move neighborhoods, I've never gone back and been like, hey,
remember me?
Right? Like this guy, he's using Herschel as a good excuse. You know, all it took was Herschel go, you want one?
I don't even think
I do.
He doesn't need to make an excuse. He won $4 million.
You go, baby, I broke my promise.
I'm sorry, we're $4 million richer.
Forgiven.
Okay.
$4 million.
On a scratch-off.
Yeah.
See, to me, that's got to be a pretty expensive scratch-off. And that's why he's not playing that lottery anymore. Like, I will buy like a $2 scratch-off or sometimes a $5 scratch-off. But I think to win $4 million, he's buying like a $20 scratch-off. Like, this is a big scratch-off.
Either way.
For that jackpot. I mean, I think
why don't you spend 20?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you need to play big to win big. You got to put your money down.
I'm saying he spent $1.
I hope not, man.
He spent $1.
He spent $1, one scratch off.
He's saying, man, if I had played 20, I'd have won $80 million.
But he takes Herschel out for a beer and a steak.
You think?
Probably.
And buys another scratch off.
He can stop by and see Herschel every single day now for the rest of his life, and no one will care.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
But he's going to move neighborhoods.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's going to win $4 million to stay where you are.
You're not going to the Food Line. You're going to Whole Foods.
You're not going to Food Line.
You're going to Whole Foods now.
Speaking of Whole Foods, she cooks for them all the time. Her name is Martha Stewart. Basically, sorry, allergies still killing me. She was drinking wine and was playing Never Have I Ever with Harper's Bazaar magazine.
Right.
A lot of magazine talk these days.
We try to be current.
So kind of crazy things. Martha Stewart, does she kiss on the first date?
Yes, I read that headline. Martha Stewart loves kissing on the first date.
Is that surprising?
She says, quote, how else are you going to know them fast?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Martha, we're not all moving that fast. Mm-hmm. God forbid.
I'm not even wearing underwear. I just tie lace doilies.
Well, I mean, that just sounds like my drunk buddy. You got to kiss them on the first date. How else you going to know them fast?
But when she says it, somehow it's like, okay, that's etiquette.
Right? I like that. She says she's also been on multiple dates in a single night.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man, she's going after it, didn't she?
Well, she also says, hey, that's what everybody was doing back in the day.
Oh, okay.
I would have to think of this day.
But back in the day, I mean last night.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's that crazy to have a coffee date and then go out for a drink date with two different people.
Sure, man. As I understand, she used to throw down back in the day, man.
Yeah. She said she tried Match.com. It was a great disappointment. I mean, she's
You're Martha Stewart.
Okay, all right, so she says that. She goes, they don't write algorithms for people like me. I'm a complicated date, for God's sake.
Right. You're Martha Stewart. It's not the same. I'm Cindy.
Also, I like this. Finally, they asked her about getting high with Snoop Dogg because she does a show with Snoop Dogg. And she just said no. She doesn't smoke weed.
Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe she hasn't smoked weed.
Right, because that's what she said.
But
she's a great cook.
I think
and Snoop's got weed.
That's what I mean. I think she might have taken it
brownie.
a different way.
We call them giggle
That
browns.
might be the way that she gets away with this. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I didn't inhale.
Well, she said they didn't get high with it. Okay. I mean, I honestly, like, she's talking about dating multiple. I think if Martha Stewart was talking about smoking weed.
Yeah, that's true.
She did time.
All right. She's a nice con, man.
Right? Like, this is going to ruin her reputation.
Yeah, probably not allowed to talk about that. You know?
I mean, she can get a tattoo on her chest that says, bitch. Like, it wouldn't matter. Like, hey, man, you've earned your cred.
She might be on probation still.
I doubt it. It's too low for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's Martha Stewart. She was at a very nice jail there, man. She would.
Her jail is probably nicer than your home.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. We were talking earlier today about please and thank yous, and Mr. Fallon always has some nice thank you notes.
Thank you, Easter grass, for looking like something in Oscar the Grouch's shower drain. Thank you, spring in New York City, or as it's also known, winter. What is happening before Easter? Thank you, Souvenir Yard Cups for letting me explain, oh, it's not a bong. I just drank 3 feet of daiquiri. I got things figured out. Don't worry about it.
Life's on
You
track.
guys need a ride home?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Thank you. Washcloths for being hand towels that have seen some stuff.
Ooh la la.
Thank you, Spotify, for being the only app that's like, so like, I made you a mixtape. That's cool, whatever. You don't have to listen to it if you don't want to. Thank you, answering bank security questions for making me realize I know nothing about myself. What was my mother's name in high school?
When did I meet my wife?
Thank you, Chunky Peanut Butter, for being the only food whose name is a form of fat shaming. Thank you, Latkes, for not being called Seder Tots. There you go, everybody. Those are my thank you notes.
Seder tots.
Yeah. Now I have some really bad news for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Sharknado, it's coming to an end.
What? It's run its course.
Hush your mouth.
Yeah.
What is this, the 4th installment? The next one?
You know what, man? This is why Sharknado's dying. Because this will be Sharknado 6.
Oh. Yeah, they've really pushed some through then, haven't they?
Yeah, well, everybody remembers at the end of Sharknado 5, that's where Tara Reid's character died, dude.
That was tragic.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Couldn't console the kids. It was, they said the bony-legged zombie was eating. I said, I know.
Sharknado 2, by the way, was the highest rated of the bunch.
That was, I mean, come on. How could it not be?
Can't remember. Was that the tornado sharks? I can't remember.
No, I don't think. Weren't they 3? I thought tornado sharks were 3, right?
Mike is saying 3.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I know my Sharknado.
I'm surprised they haven't done a 3D.
What's Sharknado? Weren't they all?
Wouldn't it make sense for them to do?
It's a Sharknado.
Tornadoes with sharks?
I believe it's a form of martial art. Stand back! I know Sharknado.
They should have done a 3D one before it was all
Sharknado 3D.
Yeah.
I like the way they say this. If you're keeping up with the series, you know that it ended with Finn, played by Ian Ziering, embarking on time travel with his son, who's actually older, but then him, and played by Dolph Lundgren. To be honest with you, dude, I haven't watched it, so I'm not positive.
Okay.
But that's where part 6 is going to pick up. They don't know what's going to go on. There's no plan on details, except that the movie will include, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Nazis, dinosaurs, knights with a K, and Noah's Ark.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, they have nothing to lose.
Tara Reid, of course, died at the end of Sharknado 5, but since they're time traveling...
Aha, she still has a role.
Right, if you've guessed it, Tara Reid
kids will be relieved.
back. Yeah, but this summer, man, on Sci-Fi, that'll be the end of a hell of a run there for
But
Sharknado.
now what does Ian Ziering do?
What does Sci-Fi do? I think that was their bread and butter.
Oh, no, they do all right.
I thought Ian
They're
Ziering...
fine without Ian Ziering. But put it this way. Ian Ziering, Ian Ziering needs Sci-Fi more than Sci-Fi needs Ian Ziering.
You don't think he saved all his money from the Beverly Hills days?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Oh, I do. Like, I think he was already had money or something. Like, in Beverly Hills 90210, none of those people seem to be doing bad.
They haven't really done anything since, except for him.
Who else was on it? No, Tori Spelling. She did the reality show thing, but she's in the hole, right?
I think she's just having a mental breakdown.
Jason Priestley's driving.
Luke Perry. Luke Perry did a couple things, didn't he?
Okay. I'm just saying it doesn't seem like maybe they're just not prominent. I'm sure they're doing something. I just don't know what it is.
Now, and you're right. Luke Perry's one of those people, too. He always comes back every 8 or 10 years, and you kind of expect
and he looks exactly the same.
Exactly.
He's like Ralph Macchio, dude.
Back.
Yeah.
I've been in my cryogenic chamber. I have not aged a day.
Yeah. Well, and Luke Perry, I mean, without him, there wouldn't have been the whole sideburn thing in the 90s.
The whole sideburn thing.
Well, I'm just saying.
I brought back sideburns. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm Luke Perry.
I think he did.
I mean, sideburns, okay.
Yeah.
Are you proud of that, though? Say he did. Is that something he'd brag about? I want to be remembered as the guy that brought the sideburns back to the 90s.
Where have you been? I've been hanging out with James Vanderbeek.
I mean, I think that's a sense of pride if you got a whole nation to start rocking sideburns again,
okay.
just because you have.
All right, fair enough.
You know, I'm bald but rock a beard.
Yeah.
When I shave my beard off, which probably won't be anytime soon, but maybe I'll just rock sideburns with the bald head for a while.
There you go.
Right?
Can you have them meet in the back? Kind of Kimbo Slice style, so you have sideburns, and then it wraps around the back of your head and meets them back?
Yeah.
So from behind, it's a big muscle. It's a Fu Manchu from the front of the sideburns. See, man, double it up.
Thanks again, Luke Perry.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. There you go. TV Time with Ted. We've got your headlines on the way with Mike Hawk. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Florida woman has stomach pains after eating Chinese food. No, that's not what's wrong. She gives birth to a baby boy instead. Meanwhile, officials say a man has the worst case of gonorrhea ever, but refuses to let that go to his head. Florida man who owes $500,000 in child support paddles out to sea. Carl's Jr. Spielbergers are not cool with a guy who did the whole thing known as E.T. And a woman, she fakes her pregnancy to get a free ride home in an ambulance. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story in Florida. A woman woke up in the morning with bad enough nausea that she thought was food poisoning from the Chinese food that she had eaten the night before.
Specifically, General Tso's chicken.
Yes. But 3 hours later, she found herself in the hospital with the actual issue cradled in her arms. Yes, it turns out that she was 37 weeks pregnant.
And the father, General Tso.
5-pound baby boy.
A 5-pound baby boy.
Yep.
Again, we had this
What did she name him? I'd have named him So.
So.
TSO. I thought it was food poisoning with bad chicken, but no, it's my baby.
So lo mein.
Again, we've had this discussion. It's just with the pain that women go through. How do you go 37 weeks and you just don't know? This is, like you said, the story isn't new. It's happened before. I just don't get it.
But just some of them just don't have those pains. Mm-hmm. Like, not everybody gets morning sickness.
Yeah.
The only people that do are the people you know personally.
I guess.
That's why she's news.
I don't know.
Obviously, she carried in a certain way that she couldn't tell that she was pregnant.
Maybe she was a little bigger, so she just didn't notice the extra 5-10 pounds.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe she kept shoveling General Tso's into her face and thought that was it,
This tastes really good. I want pickles and ice cream. Around the world, officials in the UK have been baffled by a man that is the worst case of gonorrhea that they've ever seen. We talked about this during the shot of the day. Mm-hmm. They say he contracted this, quote, super gonorrhea after having a casual encounter with a South Asian woman.
Supercalifragilistic super gonorrhea.
And it's... Damn it. And it's actually resistant to all of the normal treatments. The WHO and the European CDC are all concerned that we may be moving into a time that the disease is untreatable. It's mutating.
Yeah, or some people call it evolving, but same thing.
Right. That's going to happen with about every disease on this planet here shortly.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah. I mean, you got to ask that guy right now. No condom, huh? Was that worth it?
Southeast Asia.
I'm just saying.
Southeast Asia.
You ever drink unfiltered water straight from the Amazon?
Yeah.
Does that seem like a bad idea?
I just like how we can't think of a better name for a worst case of gonorrhea than super gonorrhea.
You don't think that sounds bad enough?
I mean,
I know you're saying maybe it should be a whole new name, but like,
baby.
It'd be one thing if you said, "Look, I suffer from
gonorrhea,
limb scheme pow down," right? But there's something about I don't just have gonorrhea.
Super?
I have I have super herpes. I have super syphilis.
No, baby, I just don't have herpes. I have to tell you, I have super herpes.
Like gonorrhea is bad, so if you just have to say super in front of it, and like that's the term. I feel that's bad enough.
Right
you can't make a scarier name.
Right,
super gonorrhea.
Right in the middle of
My
sex.
God, man, what does it take to scare you?
I feel like I'm in a 50s black and white horror movie.
No.
Look out, it's super gonorrhea.
You sound like somebody that's ever had an STD.
Mike was super
gonorrhea.
I still don't want a condom.
I mean, it sounds like I have to team up with gonorrhea to beat the super gonorrhea that is
like
the enemy of
Voltron?
both of us. That's right.
So here's the deal. You can either win a $4 million scratch-off or
get super gonorrhea.
Super gonorrhea. Either way, you have definitely won the special lottery. You really have. And that's the ironic
Your
thing
odds are about the same.
I mean, honest to God, man, it's going to be one or the other.
But you know what? You're wrong. Because the guy that won the $4 million is not the first person to win millions.
Mm-hmm. No.
This guy with super gonorrhea, he hit a harder target,
There have been
man.
people who've had some really bad strains. You know,
but
they had to change the drug.
He's the first person to untreat. He's like the first person that won $4 million in the lottery.
That's terrible.
Police in Florida are on the lookout for a man wanted in court for failure to pay over $500,000 in child support payments. He was last seen paddleboarding out into the Atlantic Ocean and has been missing for over a week.
I'll be damned if he gets away with it.
His family is becoming increasingly concerned, and everyone is on the lookout.
Okay, what do you think, Mike? What do you think? Do you think he paddled out to his buddy on a jet ski and a boat and took him away?
I think he Shawshanked this thing. He just went out into the Atlantic Ocean. For some reason, he's this expert paddleboarder. He can actually go out in the Atlantic Ocean, go down the coast for X amount of miles, and just disappear off the dadgum grid.
They never found his paddleboard, right?
I guess.
They say he left with his wallet at home and his phone, and all the things that you would do. Yeah. If you're trying to stage because if not, it'd be in your truck in the car.
Right. And it's inconspicuous enough because you're not going to take your phone and your wallet and all that out paddleboarding with you.
No. You won't.
That's right.
I don't trust people on the beach, man.
Anybody here think that he just died out in the Atlantic Ocean?
I think it's very possible, but I think put it this way. If he died in the Atlantic Ocean, this is just my belief, it's because his plan did not work. Not because he didn't know what he was doing. Like his buddy didn't show up in the boat.
So you thought because he was supposed to show up in court that day.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you think regardless, he was just trying to fly the coop?
He was paddling out there singing Olivia Newton-John song.
Yeah.
That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
We'll see you next time for the return of Ted versus the FCC. Bad jokes, and we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day.
Yes, indeed. It is all true, but until then, we be all up out this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.